Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the chair log. Whoa. I am sick right now, and I don't really feel like practicing, so I'm not going to. But I think I feel well enough to just film a little short video. By the way, if there are any doctors listening in, I've been sick for, I think this is my third day. First day wasn't too bad. It's been getting progressively worse. My symptoms, sore throat, fever. That's pretty much it. No runny nose, nothing like that. You know, I don't mean to be a conspiracy theorist, but I did stop drinking, like 8 days ago, and I usually don't get sick like this. I haven't been sick in a while. It's a little coincidental that it happened right after I stopped drinking. That being said, I was pretty excited to have some NyQuil last night. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't, and I did. Only the dose, though. I didn't go crazy. That's kind of the nice thing about drinking, because once you stop drinking, your system is healthy enough that you can explore other extracurriculars. I'm trying to be vague because I don't want to get demonetized or something. Also, this is all entertainment what I'm talking about. Don't do anything stupid. Be smart, be healthy. That being said, I don't feel very good right now. And why not take this opportunity to kind of be consoled by the internet? Because I heard through the grapevine that there was a Reddit post about me on Guitar Circle Jerk, and I'm always excited to see what the internet thinks about me. It's usually really good. I think it would be cool to maybe, while I'm sick and I can't really do much, maybe we should take a look at it and get some of the well wishes that were probably posted there, and I think that would be a fun way to spend this little afternoon between naps. Yeah, alright, well, let's jump into it. I believe I found our post in question. Guys, my guitar teacher's flirting with me. Actual NSFW. You would be so lucky. Also, the student who posted this, I told you to keep it on the download. Don't out me like this. I'm just kidding. I don't charge nearly enough to include flirting as part of my services. Well, what do we have here? There's 180 upvotes, there's 87 comments, so there's a lot to sift through. Who the F puts their guitar in a stand like that? Well, this is a question that I get asked quite a bit. Maybe this will be the last time I ever answer it. I stopped answering it. I don't, like, if you comment this, I just straight up don't answer it anymore. Because honestly, I don't care. I think I've lost so much mystery and mystique in just in the nature of the videos that I make here. You really do get to know me on a very intimate level, which, like, still obviously you don't actually know me, but you do hear me talk a lot, and, like, you know, I believe in most of what I'm saying. So it is kind of nice to preserve the mystique. Why on earth do I keep my guitar on its stand backwards like this? Let's pretend like you actually read sheet music when you're playing. That means that you're gonna have a music stand. It's either printed out or it's on a tablet, and sometimes, especially when you have printed sheet music, you can have enough of it to where your music stand gets really heavy. It can topple over. And which part of the guitar would you rather it topple into? I don't have a guitar here right now, except for that piece of crap. Would you rather it hit the back that nobody sees, or would you rather hit the front that everybody sees? So I keep the soundboard facing at the wall, and it never gets damaged. Because, especially when you're dealing with microphones and stuff, like, these microphones fall sometimes. They just do. I try to keep my guitars safe, and I try to keep them pretty. There are some downsides to it. The guitar is slightly weighted to fall off of the stand when it's like that. But the solution, just put it a little more on its edge, and it'll be weighted the other way again. You can't just willy-nilly shove the guitar into the stand if you do it like this. But if you get good with dealing with that, your guitar will never be damaged in a way that will be bad. Who puts their guitar in a stand like that? Psychopaths? Yeah, that's probably the short answer, honestly. I don't know if I can read this. It's the sexual icebreaker. If the guitar isn't a sexual icebreaker enough, the way I put it on its stand really sells it. Why is your guitar backwards? Oh, I like looking at the behind. Don't you think the behind looks good? Sure, I get, yeah, okay. I'm not gonna. Slightly trembling pulls picture of pet donkey out of wallet. Ha ha ha. Is that a pic of him playing the guitar behind him while he poses with the backwards guitar? What an effing tool. It is. My mom painted that, and she gave it to me. I didn't ask her to paint it, she just wanted to because she loves me. I get where you're coming from, though. It is a little bit strange, but it's fine. It is, and he's wearing the same shirt and trying to pose his head the same. Am I really? Oh, yeah, it kind of is the same shirt, isn't it? That was painted way before Sore Hands, though. Couldn't have been. But still, that's funny. I should commission someone to paint this entire scene, and then I'll hang it up in the back and pose again and try to make it look the same. What are your thoughts on this picture of my favorite person, me, playing the guitar? Oh, it is just a lovely picture, isn't it? I mean, feel free to use that as your desktop screensaver. That's a great pic. I just wish it were higher resolution. I've been debating getting a nicer camera, because I've just been using a webcam like this whole time. I don't know. I feel like it's good enough. I don't think I can say most of the stuff in here. He looks like he says steel string guitar non-ironically. Well, how else would you say it? I love the term steel string guitar because it's so easy to make everyone feel othered. Dude, that's hilarious. You must watch the show if you say that. Luckily, mine just shows up high. Yeah. John Lemon. Dude, John Lemon. You know, I've been compared to a lot of people since starting making these videos. Jesus is one of them. I lean into that one the hardest because I feel like that one will make me the most money in the future. John Lennon's a good one. The guy from Silicon Valley is another one. We're just guys with beards and long hair. None of you know how to handle that. Homie had the most entertaining guacamole tortilla response video. Giacomo, I assume you mean. You know, I'm glad that you liked that video. I completely freestyled that one, as I do all my videos. And I was kind of shocked with where I ended up on that one. I don't know, I just kind of ended up somewhere. I feel like if I watched that video made by someone else, I would probably, like... I would have an easy time disagreeing and picking it apart. But you didn't say it was the best one. You said it was the most entertaining. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but yeah, a lot of those Giacomo videos are so freaking boring. That's the complaint that you always hear. It is really just people just saying the same stuff over and over again. I tried to not do that. I just wanted like a... Even if it was a bad take, I just wanted a different take. Did he break character for it? I saw it pop up and I'm already well past worn out on that topic, lol. You know, it's funny that you say did he break character for it, because I sometimes feel like I'm not... Like, this isn't even really a character. This is just me when I feel like I know what I'm talking about. Because this is just kind of how you have to be. You want to be convincing and present yourself well. If you want to see me not knowing what I'm talking about and how I act in that situation, watch my lesson with Brandon Aker. That's a really good example of me, like, shutting up and listening and, like, trying to absorb as much as I can. But, I mean, if I'm the host of the show... I'm just gonna go for it, and, you know, I might be completely wrong, but I feel like that's a good skill to just kind of get good with. Even if you're a little shaky on something, just go for it. Correct yourself later. Maybe that's not a good thing. Maybe that's how a psychopath operates, but I don't know. Also, a lot of what I do here is me trying to be like a comedian too. It's easy to hide behind that. If I don't know what I'm talking about, I'll just try to crack jokes, and that's the video. We don't take things too seriously here. But I don't think what I said in my Giacomo video should be drafted into like copyright legislation or anything. It's just a take. His point about marketing is huge. There we go, dude. Next big thing talking right here. Most musicians don't want to bother with that stuff. Yeah, and you know, again, this is where I would point out, it's like, God, I hate that they have to, though. It sucks. For someone like me, I enjoy the marketing aspect of it. I like making these videos and kind of sharing myself. I can see why people wouldn't, though, and they just want to practice and get really good and just share that. But nobody cares. It sucks. Nobody really cares unless you give them a reason to care. Sometimes the reason can be you're, like, actually the best in the world, but, you know, only one person can do that for the most part. Aw, love this guy. Oh, I love you, Educational Fix. He's such an arsehole. I kind of like him. That's what I'm going for right there. Likeable, annoying. I frequently find myself agreeing with most of his arsehole-ish opinions, even the made-up ones that he doesn't really believe. Dude, call me out like that. It's probably true. I'm just trying to make a show. I don't know. That's nice. That's a surprising amount of positivity towards me. So you gonna hit that or what? Yeah, are you? I'm just kidding. I'm taken. It's not an option. I'm sorry, guys. I saw him play live once. No, you didn't. Unless he showed up at some random diner that I, like, played through my rep in, like, a while ago. Or if you show up to my master's recital that's gonna be in a year or whatever. You didn't see me play live. You played 3 minutes of a 20-minute fugue. Droned on for another 12 minutes. And said he'd finish the rest at another recital. He didn't and never will. Dude, heck yeah. I wish. I sound awesome, dude. That'd be crazy. I like his palm muting bandages. The one that's on my left hand. That's awesome. I do have an Ibanez back there. That's a fretless Ibanez too, by the way. Oh god, I'm getting sicker. The Tylenol might be wearing off. Oh god, yeah, I feel horrible. This is sort of separate. I don't know how you guys feel about online lessons. I've been doing online since COVID in 2020. And before I taught online, I remember I used to get sick so often. I would get sick like every few months in college. It was disgusting. I was always around these people that were just completely gross, especially singing in choir. I was next to this one guy who actually garnered himself a nickname based on how sick he was and how much he coughed. I was always placed right next to him, and we would just be singing, and he would always go, like, I'm on this side here, like he would just cough, and I could just feel the air, the jet streams of sick hitting me. And it's like, oh, I'm sick now. I know I'm sick. I'm already sick. And I was like really big into working out then. It's like I gotta take a week off the gym now because I hated them so much. And then ever since I transitioned to online lessons, every time one of my students is sick, especially when I had kids, and even now as I only teach adults, they can just be sick on the other side, and it's just so sterile and clean. If he bathes and has a sense of humor, I'd go along with it. Hey, I do those things sometimes. It could be a lot worse by far. That's right. You should be freaking thankful that your strapping young guitar teacher's flirting with you. I mean young. I'm not getting any younger. If Asmin worked out and was obsessed with Bach instead of Warcraft, that room looks way too clean for it to be Asmin, lol. Who is Asmin? Hold on. I don't know. He is kind of like me. He's like, that's the Warcraft version of me. That's crazy. The American flag. I'm missing the American flag. What do I have? I have a cow. Rar, he can aguado my lubet anytime. Call me boo. Is this the culture I'm forging right now? Dear God, what have I done? Oh my God, this is so true. Ironic rage bait when you're 20-something is genuine disdain when you're in your 40s. Dude, what is Soran's gonna look like when I'm in my 40s? It's gonna be actual, just troubled. Just, I hate everything. He reads this sub, by the way. I do right now. I usually don't. I'm usually not on Reddit. Classical guitarists can't even connect to amps. Is he stupid? Yeah, probably. For $4.99 a month, he'll send you photos of the guitar turned around. That's right, I will. Hey, by the way, there is a Patreon. If you sign up for that, there's an image of my guitar faced around. Just kidding, I'm not doing that. I'm going to sleep after this. Who are these guys? Dave Matthews Band. Yep, that's me. Does he own a Gibbons? Yeah, a really crappy one. Buzzy Jams? Oh yeah, Buzzy Jams dropped. Heck yeah. Buzzy Jams does own one. Unfortunately, he can't tune the 6th string because the peg broke off, so it's constantly just shifting down. Not that he would tune it anyways. Sitting so human is perfect relax. Yeah. Has he ever published an actual performance? Finally, some actual negativity. Jesus. All of his videos are mean and condescending. No, they're not. You're if you think that. But from what I've seen of his playing, he seems on par with regular undergrad musicians. Well, that's fair. We're working on it, though. I do have one recording/performance published, which is my Beatle V1001 Fugue. It's a recording, but let's be honest, it could very well be a performance if I just made a music video for it, and nobody would question it, because nobody ever does. Because I could just mime along to it, but that's an example of my best quality playing, like at the start of the year. I feel like I could re-record that Fugue and do much better now. Only plays open chords while cross-legged? I would never. Classical seating only. Good-looking lad, I'd go for it. There we go. Good-looking lad. And you know what? I look at this picture of me. I feel like I don't look like this anymore. Because I look at this, and he does look kind of handsome. I feel like every year that goes by, when I look at the previous year, I just feel I've aged 1,000 years. I should have taken care of myself. I should have stopped drinking. I look horrible now. I always think that. And I even remember taking these photos, and I was just like, God, I've aged so much since like 23. And now looking at this, I feel exactly the same. Good-looking lad. I appreciate it. Definitely a womanizer. Well, what can I say? Would ya? Would ya? Don't answer that. I think he's into music. There we go, Bream Team. That's a friend of the channel right there. Steel string thumb wrapped bar chords for life. I bend strings on nylon guitars. Good luck. You're not gonna get very far doing that. Alex G is your guitar teacher? Who's Alex G? Such a mystery, the subreddit is. Oh. It's just another guy that kind of looks like me. Look at that. Wow, him with a beard really does kind of look like me. This guy looks more like the womanizer, though. Let's be honest. It's the fashion. He has, like, kind of fashion going on. That's how I know. That's the out right there. He dresses cool. That's not my vibe right there. I don't pull that off. I'm just defending myself. I'm sorry. I'm a piece of crap, too. I'm not saying that I'm not. Sitting down to pee backwards on the toilet is the same as putting your guitar in a stand that way. Cool. Yeah, I sit down to pee normal. Thank you very much. I don't do that backwards. What is that weird monstrosity with the white and black buttons behind him? That's a great question, dude. That is a piano, and it is a monstrosity. I think I'm going to sell it on Facebook Marketplace before I move in a few months. It's time for that thing to go. I have no use for it, and it just takes up space. Can't see it right now because it's behind my desk, but I keep my TV on it, and I use it as a TV stand. And it's a kind of ugly TV stand. I would prefer to have, like, something with storage or something, more than just a piano bench worth of storage. And I don't even use the bench anymore to practice. I have, like, my own practice chair. So yeah, no, I agree. Those are some nice legs, though. Thank you. Is that an Iben as I see on the right? My hypothesis is that every classical guitarist snob started as a metal guitarist snob who realized that they weren't snobberying on the highest possible level yet. That's so true. You want to know something really funny? is I started in middle and high school as a classic rock snob. It sounds like an oxymoron, I know. It's like being a snob in fast food. It's just laughable. I pretty much went from that to jazz, and then I found classical after that, and I'm probably never looking back. I like this guy, but I hate how he thinks anything other than classical isn't real music. Bro, I'm wearing a Nirvana sweatshirt right now. I'm not saying that Nirvana is real music. I do like it, though. That's how I feel when I listen to Slipknot, because I like Slipknot sometimes, too, because I'm very basic. I'm not a snob when it comes to metal. When I listen to songs like Before I Forget and I'm listening to the chorus, I listen to it and I can't help but think this barely qualifies as music. It's more just angry sounds than music, but I do love it. I love listening to it. So it's kind of funny, but I'm glad that you like me regardless. I appreciate it. This is a really odd promotional poster for Passion of the Christ 2 Resurrection. Wow. That's amazing. I love that. He is cute, but such a D. One and done. Yeah. So, it is sort of a dream come true, because I've been reading Guitar Circle Jerk for years and years, long before I ever did this. Being mentioned on it, and also having, like, so many just passerbys seem to know who I am and kind of get the joke, and they're dropping, like, channel jokes in there. It's pretty crazy. I never, ever would have expected that. And also a weird lack of negativity. I feel like I deserve a lot more negativity. So that's really a testament to the goodness of the world that we live in and how bad I am. Perhaps I'm sick for a good reason. I will suffer by myself now for a while, for a few days probably. And, you know, we're going to keep the negativity flowing. Oh god, right as I try to say it. We're gonna keep the negativity flowing. Oh no, I'm losing it. I'm gonna not talk for the rest of the day now. My voice is shot. Hey, well, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Whoa. Of course, if you have any of your own comments to make, feel free to leave them in this video. If you want some guitar lessons, I will infect you with knowledge. But I am fully booked right now. Feel free to send me an email, and if it seems like a good fit, I'll eventually get back to you, and all that stuff. Of course, head on down over to Root & Delight for some merch, and we're just gonna get real quiet for the rest of the day. I'm just gonna be done talking. Is there anything else I left out? No, I don't think so. So I'm gonna go to bed, probably. I might edit. Oh, that'd be a bad idea. I'm gonna try to play guitar, perhaps. That would be good. Lobe de Trinnen, I wanna get through that. I'm almost done with it. Bach, BWV 997, looking at the Prelude right now. Lesser so the Fugue. You get the idea. Alright. I'll see you in the next one.